Good evening, children. I hope everyone are doing fine. So let us continue with the chapter Heredity and Evolution. Today we will be looking into a new concept, that is fossils. So I think you people are aware of this topic since from your primary classes, right? Since from 7th or 8th you are studying what is fossils. So if I say fossils, so how these fossils are formed. And for example, so if I say there was a dinosaurs living once upon a time. So how do you believe that? So how do we believe that dinosaurs was alive? Okay, so that is through this fossil study. And how do we study the organ structure of these extinct organism? So that can be studied only through the study of fossils. Okay, so as I said, extinct species. So how do we study this extinct species, and how do we believe that extinct species were existed? So we know this from finding fossils. By the way, what are fossils? So usually when organisms die, their bodies will decompose and it will be lost, right? So you know soil have many microorganisms which decompose the dead organisms, right? So but every once in a while the body or at least some parts may be in the environment that does not let it decompose completely. So it's not that all parts of the body is being decomposed in a soil, no. So at last the bones is left, right? So only few parts can be decomposed in a soil. So if a dead insect gets caught into a mud, for example, so okay, so it will not decompose quickly, and the mud will eventually get hardened and it will retain the impression of the body parts of the insects. Okay, all such preserved traces of living organism are said to be fossils. Okay, so you can look into the page number 153 for much pictures given for the fossils. So various kinds of fossils. So you can note down the uh, different appearances and degrees of detail and preservation. Okay, so you have a dinosaurus skull fossil which is shown, was found only a few years ago in Narmada Valley. Okay, first you can see the fossil of tree trunk and fossil of invertebrate, that is ammonite, and fossil invertebrate, that is trilobite, and next is fossil fish, that is Nitium, and fossil of dinosaur skull. Okay, so these are the fossils that you can study. Okay, so you can look into the pictures which is given beautifully in your textbook. So how do we know how old the fossils are? So by the way, we can study about fossils and we can find out which organism is that. So how can we check the age of fossils? So there are two components to this estimation. So one is relative. Okay, so what do you mean by relative? So relative is a one thing. So if we dig into the earth and start finding fossils, so it is reasonable to suppose that the fossils were found closer to the surface or more recent than the fossils we find deeper layers. So for example, any organism is dead on the land. Okay, so if it is on the layer, okay, if it is very close to the surface of the land, then we can say it as it is a recent one. So if it is deep, okay, deep into the soil, then we can say it is much older. Okay, so that is how we can relate. Okay, so the second way of dating fossils is by detecting the ratios. Okay, so this is the first way, and the second way is the ratio detecting the ratios of different isotopes of the same element. Okay, detecting the ratios of different isotopes. So different isotopes of the same element. Okay, of the same element in the fossil material. Okay, So it would be interesting to find out exactly how this method works. So let us understand how do fossils form layer by layer. So let us start 1,000 million years ago. So first situation is 1,000 million years ago. Okay, so 1,000 million years ago, some vertebrates on the seabed will die and they are buried in the sand. So more sand accumulates and sandstone forms under pressure. So for example, so there are some invertebrates. You know what you mean by invertebrates? The organism without backbone. Okay, they are going to die here. So imagine these are the dead organism on a seabed. Okay, so now the sand will accumulate on this and they get buried because of the pressure of sandstones, right? Because of the pressure of sand, these invertebrates will bury. Okay, so million of years later, so we will come up to million years later, so dinosaurs living in the area will die. Okay, so there was a dinosaurus. Imagine this is a dinosaurus. Okay, so this is going to die, and the bodies too are buried in mud. So this mud is also compressed into rock. So above the rock containing the earlier invertebrates fossils. So first two invertebrates ಸತ್ತೋಗಿರತ್ತೆ. So ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ dinosaurs ಸಾಯತ್ತೆ. Okay. So again million of years later, the bodies of Ars-like creature dying in the area of fossiled in the rock. So ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು rock ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So rock will accumulate on the dead body of dinosaurs. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಆರ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಸಹ ಸಾಯತ್ತೆ. So again it forms a layer. So much later, by erosion of water, that is between the rocks were exposed, like ors like fossils were exposed. As we dig deeper, we find out other old fossils. So hige millions of years ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so there will be a soil erosion, water flow, and all this will form a layer. So ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫಸ್ಟು invertebrates layer form ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ dinosaurs ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so upon that ors will die, and upon that there is a layer formed where the layer is having crops on that. Okay, so this is the layers now you can see. So these are the layers formed. Okay, now we can conclude that the age of the fossil of insects or invertebrates, you can say, is more compared to the dinosaurs. So that is how they can relate. Okay, so that is how they can deduct the ratio of the same element of the fossil material 1,000 million years ago. Same element in the same place, right? So every organism is dead in the same spot, isn't it? So this is about the fossil study. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be taking up with the evolution by stages. Okay.